Hey, what's good, folks? Welcome to the channel. And I got a new video for you today, man. Black men, why aren't you coming to the Christian singles events anymore? Without further ado, let's get to the first clip.
Christian men, can I understand why you never show up to any of these Christian events? Because every single time I see the tickets, women are sold out like that, and the man them is still available. Even to the point where they start giving discounts. They start giving, hey, bring a friend and you get 20% off. And then when you go to these events, it's just a swarm of women. And the thing is, I've got to the point where I've just accepted it. Like, if I see a lot of Mando, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked. Because I've never seen such a thing. Why do you guys not show up? I need to understand, is it that you're not bothered? Is it financial issues? Is it, like, what is it? I know I'm helping out a lot of women here. It's not that we're trying to find you. No, you who finds a wife finds a good thing. But it's good to know your perspective. So what's your reasoning, sir? Thank you. No, I'm not even finished. And when I say Christian man, I'm talking about people who are dedicated to their walk with Christ. That they put the Bible over their feelings. That's what I'm talking about when I say Christian men. I'm not talking about the others that have been in the comments in the other posts. I'm not talking about you, man. Shift. I beg. Shift.
Yeah, man. She really said something about that. Let's get to it. First of all, she needs to understand that Christian singles events and regular singles events, they're all in the same boat. This is the problem. Men don't go to singles events anyway, because the one thing that men understand is that singles events are targeted towards women. Doesn't matter if it's in the church, doesn't matter if it's a regular singles event, doesn't matter if it's a singles mixer, it's all triggered towards the women. You know what I'm saying? This is why most men are like, why am I going to go to this event where 9 times out of 10, if I go to the event, I'm not going to get what I want. Women will be like, I'm not trying to holler at you and all these different things, and men are not trying to go for it. I think the problem with the church is that you're trying to incorporate a lot of what they're doing in the real world with what you want to do in the church world. Instead of having single church events, have a ministry, a singles woman's ministry, or have a single man's ministry, and then once in a blue moon, have them both to come together, you will have a result or an answer for that.
Y'all want to know another thing I'm tired of? And I'm just going to put this out here, because I'm a church girl and I'm a Christian girl. But I'm about tired of the church, and I've been tired. So this is just me just finally talking about it. But I'm tired of the church hosting singles events. Just let it go, bro. Like, let it go. We already know whatever you finna tell us. Okay? We already know that. The reality of it is God's timing. Yeah, I think y'all shouldn't spend so much time on targeting singles. I think we should just have like women's ministry, men's ministry, and you teach and train and equip people on how to just be solid individuals. I think that should be the focus versus single and married, because the married folks talking to the single folks, their marriage is a hot mess. Or it appears to be whatever it is. Or it could be good. I'm going to throw that out there. We had a good marriage. But that don't have nothing to do with my single self or nobody else that's single. Focus on the women's mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, and the men's mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, relational health, just how you relate to one another. I think if we invested more time in that, we would have healthy people in general. So it really wouldn't matter if you are single or if you are married. Because I know through the work that I do, through all of the coaching and counseling that I've been doing over the years, these married folks need help on how to be a man and how to be a woman. They need help on how to be a person, how to treat another person. Like, they just don't know these things, but they got a ring on their finger. So my suggestion for the church would be bring back the women's ministries and the men's ministries and just focus on that. And really dive into that and do deep work in it. But stop trying to tell single folks that we over it.
You know what, man? She's right. And I said this in the last segment. Bring back the single ministries. And then once you bring them back and people are taught the right way, then you bring them together. See, a lot of the times what these churches want to do is they want to have these singles events because, and I'm going to tell you this, But they want to do this because the more families you have in the church, the more population you get in the church, and the more population you get in the church, the more money gets funneled into the church.
I need all the single men of God, God-fearing, the ones that want to live a life pleasing to God, the ones that are like, you know what? Yes, I read my Bible, I pray, I do all the. And women of God, y'all can say too for the comments, because I legitimately got questions, sis, that we need answers to, because apparently until yesterday I did not know this. So I need to know how y'all men of God are moving in pursuit in 2025. Like, I need to know what y'all are doing, because apparently until yesterday I didn't know it was crazy work to try to holler at a female at church. Like, this whole time I thought it was appropriate to try to talk to someone or try to pursue someone from church. But apparently the men out here are saying something different. So yesterday we was at church and we were talking about things that some people are believing for, and this girl was saying that she was believing for a spouse. And apparently, like, after she said that, the pastor was like, where are all the single men at? Where are all the single men at? I'm talking about crickets in the room, and this is a gorgeous woman of God. So, like, let's keep that clear. And I hosted a singles group last semester at my church, and I promise you, like, the numbers of men joining that classify the word single, like, I'm talking about very low. It's apparently, like, I've noticed in church culture, whenever the word single comes up and men run the opposite way. It's like they are like ducking and dodging the word single. So I had a conversation with a guy that I go to church with yesterday, and he was like, yeah, it's crazy work to holler at a female at church. And I'm just like, how? Why? Like, I didn't know that was a thing. So after I did that, I got off the phone and I called like 4 of my Christian homeboys, and I was like, yo, like, is it weird to try to holler at a female at church? And all of them were like, yeah, like, that's crazy work. And I'm just like, I did not know that. So how do y'all want to talk to us? Like, how are we supposed to be in position? How are we supposed to let you guys know maybe we're interested back? Like, we want to spark a conversation, because apparently trying to talk to somebody at church and sparking a conversation is apparently awkward and weird. So for all my sisters, if you're wondering why you're not meeting somebody at churches, because these men are literally like, no, I will never do that. So I need these men of God, these single men of God, to duet stitch, leave a comment, and let me know, because I and my sisters this year are expecting overflow in the relationship department, and we just know how y'all moving, because apparently this whole time how we thought y'all was moving, y'all not moving in that direction.
You know, guys are not approaching women anymore because women say they don't want us to approach y'all. That's the main point. See, when women say something and y'all adamant about it, men are not going to do it. Men are not going to approach you. You have some guys who will approach you, but majority of the guys, if you say, we don't want you to approach us because you think we're creepy and all these things, we're not going to do it. That's even in church. But even the church guys are saying, nah, I ain't trying to deal with that mess. And also, you got to realize, especially when you're in a smaller congregation, if you're in a relationship with somebody in the church, it'll get out quick that, oh, this person dealing with this person, that person dealing with that person. And if you break up and you got to go to see that same person in the church every Sunday, it's weird. A lot of guys want to do it because it's a stigma against it, but also a lot of guys want to do it because if it ends messy or things go off the rails, then you're the bad guy, she's the good woman, and everything is out of whack. Hey, you made it this far, so I know you locked in. Click on the next video. You won't regret it.